It is my pleasure to introduce Dustin Passalacqua, a Seeds of Literacy graduate and our featured graduation speaker, who is here today with his wife, Edith. Say hi, Edith. Dustin enrolled as a student in Seeds of Literacy in February of 2013, and he graduated just 4 months after passing his test on June 3rd, 2013. So this is like his 10th anniversary, right? So he attended Cuyahoga Community College afterwards for studying criminal justice, and since then he's worked in the financial services industry as a liability advisor specializing in residential mortgage lending and obtaining multiple certifications to further his education to give back to his clients and community. Please welcome Dustin Passalacqua.
So they say, so you don't feel as nervous, just picture everybody in their underwear, but there, we're good. Anyways, thank you so much for having me, and I'm going to start off by quoting Wayne Dyer, and as he said, there is one grand lie that we are limited. The only limits that we have are the limits that we believe. It's been over 10 years since I've graduated from Seeds of Literacy and spoke at this podium. You could say that the organization saved my life in many ways. Growing up was less than an ideal situation. I'm born into a broken home. Life had its ups and downs. I didn't have what you would call great role models. School was something that I enjoyed as a young child. However, circumstances made that short-lived, as I was entrenched in poverty and no foundation for education. I just wanted security, and that security could be found in social groups and the need to provide for myself financially. There I was, a 9th grade dropout, living with family members and friends. My only priority was to ensure that I would never be in the same financial or emotional position as my family. I always was a determined individual, and I just knew that something was unfinished. Deep down inside, I wanted to do something with my life. But I felt that I lacked the intelligence to progress due to my short life with education. As like anything that you're afraid of or embarrassed to face, you try to forget and you try to hide it. I attempted to join the military at 18, but unfortunately, the U.S. military doesn't want somebody that scores a 28 on the ASVAB. The government just said, come on, get away, shoot. And that was the nail in the coffin, and that was my limited belief that I wasn't meant to do anything with my life. Fast forward, I was 28 years old and I was working dead-end jobs. And I remember sitting there and I was just really sick of where I stood in life. Something just had to change. And as Les Brown said, life has limitations, but except the ones that you make. I decided to take the leap and I started looking for organizations that would offer GED programs. I can't believe you described the feeling of anxiety and the memories of past failure with my education. Regardless of my feelings, I made the phone call to Seeds of Literacy. They welcomed me with open arms, and to my surprise, I discovered that through hard work and dedication, and with the assistance of their great tutors, Chris Richards in general, I could make this happen. Fast forward a few months later, as I sat in my kitchen, I opened up my results for my GED test, and I passed with flying colors. To my amazement, my tutors let me know that I had the ability to comprehend information at a fast rate, and therefore after, I began to help other students and their GED as well. As I stand here at 37, I run a successful mortgage practice, I have a beautiful family, and I focus holistically on financial education and financial literacy with helping my clients to borrow smart and build wealth with real estate. The real question is, why am I sitting up here right now talking to all of you? Because each and every human is a genius. This has been especially proven not only in the education community, but in the scientific community. We limit our beliefs on what we are able to accomplish. In the 1950s, it was known that if you ran a mile in under 4 minutes, your heart would explode. Roger Bannister proved that to be wrong on May 6, 1954, when he defied perceived physics and recorded a time of 3 minutes, 59 seconds, 3 minutes and 59.4 seconds. Less than 2 months later, his record was broken. Why is that? We have to understand that it is our self-talk and sometimes the talk of others that holds us back. We must break the cycle and realize that only inside lies the answers to propel you forward. And as I close out, I'll leave you with a quote from Bishop Mandel Creighton. The one real object of education is to leave a person in the condition of continually asking questions. Never stop asking questions and never give up on yourself. Thank you.